What is going on, guys, and welcome to the Smackdown Live January 3rd preview for the January 3rd episode, funnily enough, of Smackdown Live. Now, we all know Smackdown's the better show, and no doubt it will prove it again this week. It might be a new year, but some things never change. Smackdown will always be better than Raw, and tonight it's a blockbuster episode, or it certainly looks that way before we've even got started. Styles, Cena, a contract signing. Corbin, Ziggler, one-on-one. Miz, Ambrose for the IC title. Could you ask for much more than that? I would say, no, you can't. What a fantastic show ahead. And we're going to delve into it. We're going to be talking all things SmackDown today. And yeah, let's start by the fact that let's just give SmackDown a round of applause. I can't because my hand is currently not in a position to be able to give a hand of applause. But let's do it. I'll just do that. That's my round of applause for SmackDown and how it's been better than Raw. Simple as that. Since the brand split, I mean, I think maybe Raw's been better 3 times. No, 3 times isn't. 3 times is being too kind. Maybe once. Maybe that first time Raw was better. Since then, never happened. You know, SmackDown's an incredible show, and it's week in, week out. It gives you drama. It keeps you on the edge of the seat. And last week was no different. We've really delved through what happened last week. It was the finish of the year for SmackDown, the final show. It was the, what do they call it? The final round? I don't know what they call it. But Cena made his return and made his intentions that he is going after whoever would win the later Fatal 4-Way. We then saw new tag champs in American Alpha being named or being winning the title, which is a fantastic moment for them. They deserve the title from really since they came there. Bit surprising the Wyatt family dropped it, but at the same time, that's probably because of a feud that they're more than likely going to have within themselves. Randy Orton, Luke Harper, who knows, with the thing. But I don't expect that necessarily to happen yet. I don't quite. That's the one mystery of SmackDown. That's a good thing. There's mystery. There's intrigue. There's wondering where things are going to go, and that's what I think Raw lacks. It lacks that buzz, really. We saw Alexa Bliss regaining her title against Becky Lynch. We'll be talking a little bit more about that a little bit later. We saw Dean Ambrose and The Miz have a little backstage segment in which got a bit violent, and then we saw an absolutely incredible triple threat match between AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, and Dolph Ziggler, which Styles just about won, but Corbin looked very, very good. Excuse me. So let's get into it then. Let's talk first about AJ Styles versus John Cena. Do I think it's right to do that at the Royal Rumble? I would say yes. Now, the only criticism I have with it is that what it means is I assume they're going for Cena Undertaker. I suppose they could be going Styles Undertaker. Now, if they're going Cena Undertaker at Mania, what would have made sense would have been Undertaker to return at TLC, or Undertaker to return last week when John Cena did, or when Cena came out at the end. That should have been Undertaker. AJ Styles Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. Undertaker then beats AJ Styles for the WWE Universal Championship. Cena can then either win the Rumble or win Elimination Chamber if they're bringing that back, or if they're doing Fastlane, I don't quite know, but somehow become the #1 contender. You then have Cena Undertaker, Cena going for his 16th title, Undertaker's career on the line. Now, you could still do the Undertaker versus John Cena a different way. You could do it where Cena would win the title from Styles at the Royal Rumble. Undertaker either wins the Rumble or somehow gets himself into the title shot. But at that point, Cena's already won his 16th title and he's done it at the Royal Rumble, which doesn't have that same aura to it as it would at WrestleMania, which means he's regaining his 16th title, or defending his 16th title at WrestleMania against The Undertaker for his career. So you can still do it, but it doesn't make as much sense, if you see what I'm saying. Now, if they're going for Styles Undertaker, this is a smart move. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing at WrestleMania. It could completely and utterly change. But what I am happy about is that the feud of the year, the rivalry of the year from last year, that is a fact from me, is continuing. And these two produced some incredible matches last year. Match of the year candidates, and they were in Match of the Year, top 3. And yeah, Styles, Cena, contract signing. These two bring the best. Well, Cena certainly brings the best out of Styles on the mic. These two are going to go at it. You know, Styles is going to, no doubt use the fact that Cena's been away for a long time to his full effect. Cena's probably going to use the fact that Styles has cheated and maybe even bring in Ellsworth, I can't say the stupid retard's name, into things. So it could be a couple of really, really good promos. And I expect things to get physical tonight on SmackDown. Moving on, we then have The Miz defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. Now, this feud has been very, very good. The Miz continues fantastic work. The use of Renee Young in this and that real life feel, I like that. Some people don't like that. I wouldn't say a lot. Some people don't like that real lifeness to it. I do, because I think the younger fan maybe doesn't understand and get it, and it doesn't affect them. But for the fans like us that are in the know and know WWE or look at it a little bit more from a professional. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully you know what I mean by that, rather than the way a kid would look at it as when I used to look at it, as seen as the top. You didn't sit there, you know what I mean? I know it sounds ridiculous, but as a kid I didn't sit there thinking, oh, I wonder whether they're going to book Cena versus Undertaker and how they're going to do it. I sat there and said, I want Undertaker to face John Cena and I want Undertaker to win the Royal Rumble. I didn't think about it, if you see what I'm saying by that. So that's why, I mean, I know that doesn't make any sense, but hopefully it does make sense. I think this is nice for fans like us who know the real life thing, if you get what I mean. You probably don't. But yeah, I don't mind the introduction of Renee Young and Maurice. They have to have a cat fight. They would be wasting a huge opportunity if they didn't let Maurice and Renee Young not go at it in a match, but just go at it. That would just a little bitch slap sesh. I don't care. It would just be friggin' awesome. Ambrose, Miz is going to be a good. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good match. Look, I'm critical of Ambrose in big matches. He sometimes lets you down. He needs a stipulation. That's what I feel with Ambrose. That's controversial. He needs a stipulation to bring him through. Miz is not the caliber of a superstar of an AJ Styles where he can carry Dean Ambrose through to I'm not saying Dean Ambrose needs to be carried, but for an excellent match, he does. I think they'll have a perfectly respectable SmackDown bout that would be very good. What I would be concerned about is how good it could be at a pay-per-view. If booked well, if the story's given well, I think it could be. The Miz is doing the best work of his life. Ambrose is not, but this may reinvent him. Does he win the IC title tonight? Not for me, but who knows? SmackDown is unpredictable. That's what we love about it, and that is what it is. It is the unpredictable show. Who knows who's going to win? It wouldn't surprise me if Ambrose won the title, although I expect Miz to regain. And I think Miz retaining would be the right option, in my opinion. I really do. So it is, as I say, the first SmackDown Live of the 2016, and we've got a big match. And I expect it. Well, no, I suppose it probably won't main event. I'll have the contract signing main event. But a match that could main event, Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Now, I really hope Baron Corbin wins this. He was impressive last week in that triple threat. I mean, super, super impressive. And he showed to anybody, he proved to anybody who said, look, you're not main event material, you're being pushed too quick, you just simply haven't got it. He proved them all wrong. He deserves and is ready for the main event. He is destined for the main event. He belongs in the main event picture. I'm going to say that right now. And I said, when Baron Corbin debuted, mark my words, 2017, this man will be a world heavyweight champion. I took flack for saying it, and I hate to tell you, but I'm starting to think I might be right. Corbin will be champion by the end of the year at least once. Mark my words, it's going to happen. Ziggler, since the draft, up and down, but I think his character's a lot better. I think his character's a lot stronger. I think SmackDown will probably be more likely to pull the trigger and allow somebody like Ziggler to turn heel. I can see it happening. I'm not saying tonight. I think these two will have a good match. I think it'll be a great... I don't think it will necessarily be a great match, but I think it'll be a good match. I think it'll be a solid bout. How it ends will be interesting to see, whether this is a one-off match or whether this is the start of a Ziggler versus Corbin feud. Both of these will be in the Rumble, and I expect Corbin to go very, very far. And if Goldberg and Lesnar aren't in the Final Four, somebody like Baron Corbin will, without shadow of doubt, be in the Final Four. And a stare down with Strowman in the Rumble, I'm down for that. Corbin, Ziggler, live tonight on the first episode of 2017 of SmackDown Live. It's going to be freaking good. American Alpha, they won the Tag Team Championships last week. We spoke about it a little bit earlier. Defeating the Wyatt family. And I have no prediction as to what's going to happen with the Wyatt family tonight. All I can tell you is that something's going to happen. And it's going to hint at what the next few weeks and possibly months with this story and where it's going. A lot of people saying Orton, it's just a matter of time before Orton turns. I'm not convinced. I think this could be set in stone that their Wyatt family are together. I think this could be a threat. I really do. I think what we could see is some animosity between Randy Orton and Luke Harper, and Wyatt trying to keep control of them to the point where they just have to have a match. And in a few weeks' time, they have to have a match just to let it all out and to get it all out of their system. Whoever wins, that's great. And then all of a sudden, they both come back to the Wyatt. You know, Bray Wyatt just basically, because he's got that power over people, brings them back together. And after their match, they're all fine. And that sounds retarded, and it doesn't sound like the greatest story, but I think it will work. And I think it will give that Wyatt family that feeling of, and Wyatt, Bray Wyatt especially, that feeling of being in control of his disciples. Not quoting the Bible. Well, I mean, I don't want to quote the Bible, but you know what I mean. I think Wyatt, I'd love to see Wyatt win the Rumble. Wyatt Styles at WrestleMania. Wyatt Cena, no, we did that and Wyatt got buried. We do not want Wyatt to, but let me tell you this right now. Wyatt wins the Rumble, he has to win the friggin' belt at Mania. You cannot let this fantastic superstar, who could be one of your biggest stars in the future, lose at Mania again. It can't happen. He's jobbed to Cena. He's jobbed to The Undertaker. Hell, Rowan jobbed to Rock last year. It can't happen again. Wyatt's, whoever the hell Bray Wyatt faces, he needs to get a win at WrestleMania. And if it's the championship, he has to win the belt. The way the Wyatt stock has rose recently looks as if Wyatt as World Heavyweight or WWE Champion by the end of the year would be a safe bet. That's my... I'm going to put it out there. I think that's a safe bet. In my opinion, and this is subjective, because if they go the Cena Undertaker route, then I don't necessarily think Wyatt will win a title this year. But if they go with the Styles route, then I can, without shadow of a doubt, see the champions of SmackDown this year being Styles, or Styles being, one of the champions, Wyatt being one of the champions, and Corbin. All three of them holding the title at some point this year. Obviously, Styles already holding it. If they go down the Cena Undertaker route, I think Baron Corbin. I still think Baron Corbin will win it this year, but I don't think Wyatt will be able to get himself in there. Just my personal opinion. But back to American Alpha. Who are they going to face? They haven't really done this Uso rivalry with Uso rivalry with the title yet. I want to see that. But I'd also quite like to see the Wyatt family have a rematch and get their rematch. Lots of questions. I'm sure we'll find out the answers on SmackDown Live, because that's something that SmackDown does do well. And if it doesn't give you the answers, it hints at them. It gives you intrigue and it makes you look forward. It doesn't make you think, oh, for fuck's sake, I don't understand what's going on. It gives you a reason to want to watch the following week. I want to watch this week because I want to see that contract signing between AJ Styles and John Cena. But even if that wouldn't have been announced, I would still want to see what's happening with Styles and Cena. I wanted to see what was going to happen with Corbin this week. How Miz and Dean Ambrose... Look, there's reasons why I want to see it. And there's even a reason why I want to see, the women in action. SmackDown women division looked a lot weaker than Raw's on paper. And yes, they haven't had the standout matches that Raw has had. But overall as a division, I think SmackDown's got a stronger women's division now than Raw does. That's just my opinion. That's from start to finish. I think SmackDown's is better. Now, what Raw's doing at the moment with Charlotte and Bayley and with Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, it has the potential to leapfrog SmackDown in that regard. It does. But at the moment, I really do think it does. Who the hell was this person? People saying it's Tamina. Too slim for me. I don't think... Tamina was quite big. She's quite bulky. It can't be Tamina. Other people are saying Carmella. Don't see it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Some people calling it Mickie James. That I could see. That's who I think it is. Other people saying it's just a random person. and Vince McMahon will just wait until he decides to choose it. Other people saying Naomi, some saying Nia Jax, some even, I think someone said Sasha Banks, and I was like, what? But yeah, I'm trying to think, there was another name that was being floated around that I read, and I thought, no way. But I can't think for the life of me who the fuck it was. But yeah, I think it's Mickie James. I don't know, though. I really don't. And it is an interesting concept that they've brought into this. Now, does it mean Becky Lynch, that's it? She doesn't go after the title, and now she focuses on finding out who... What's her name? La Luchador. Is it La Luchador or something? It might just be called La Luchador, not Dory. I don't know why I brought Dora into it. But anyway. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see whether she got... That's what I'd like. And from when I first started watching... Well, I say when I first started watching wrestling, it's probably... I get so mixed up. From about... I started watching wrestling in 2010. And I really struggle to work out what was in 2010, what was in 2011, what was in 2012. Because it's all pretty much a jumbledness shitness, really. But I can remember at one point Undertaker and Kane were feuding. And there was something where they were trying to find the Undertaker or they were trying to find Kane. I honestly can't remember that much. I always remember watching it and think it was pretty decent. Now I was a young kid. You guys probably sitting there thinking that was pathetic storyline, Cameron. But that's beside the point. I found it entertaining. I'd like to see something like that with the women. Yeah, trying to find out who it is. And it'd be interesting to see whether they reveal her tonight or whether they don't and they tease it and tease it and tease it and tease it. I don't really know which one. Just because I really want to know who the fuck it is. In some respects, I want to know tonight. In other respects, it makes probably more storyline sense to let it go on. Now, if Becky Lynch has left Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is now on her own, who's going to come after that title? Bella? Natalia? They're kind of looking like they're in a bit of a feud. They're in a bit of a rivalry. Carmella's not doing anything, but that would be heel versus heel. Naomi would be the one that seems the most likely. Expect some barbaric battle royal or some stupid #1 random contender match tonight or next week, where basically Nikki Bella and Natalia screw each other out of it, and then Naomi wins, and we get Naomi versus Alexa Bliss at Royal Rumble. That's my prediction. Maybe Becky Lynch stays after the... But the thing with Becky Lynch, why I don't have any sympathy for her, she did the same trick the previous week with a luchador. I'm sure it's called a luchador, not a luchador. It's probably just how it's spelled, which is embarrassing if I fuck that up. But she did that on Alexa Bliss when she pretended to be La Luchador. So, I'm sorry, love, but Karma's a bitch. Oh, can you imagine Karma? Anyway, Karma's a bitch, Becky, and I'm afraid they've got no sympathy for you, love. You had your chance, you blew it. And whoever this is, Mickie James or Hillary Bed, it don't matter. You lost the title. Move on. Move out the way. Your time's up. You can't see me. My time is... You know what I mean. I don't know. I think Becky Lynch will come back into the title picture probably for WrestleMania season. I don't think you can not have Becky Lynch vying for the title of WrestleMania. But I think it's Mickie James. I don't know though. I really don't know who it is. Like, I've convinced myself it's Mickie James, but I'm not that confident. You know, I'm not gonna put my life and I'm not gonna put my house on it. So it is one of those things that's a bit subjective. I don't know. I'm gonna say Mickie James. Will we find out tonight? A lot of talk that she was backstage last week, but you know, there's always that. They always say that. Yeah, I think I can remember when Punk left WWE, and I wasn't really watching WWE at the time, and I just was randomly reading some dirt sheets and stuff. And every week, folks, he was at Monday Night Raw. Every week, Punk was at Raw. He was backstage. He was going to return. Finn Balor. That time when they thought the club was going to debut with Finn Balor. Finn Balor was backstage at Raw every fucking week. Guess what happened? He didn't come until SummerSlam. And then he injured himself. I love Finn Balor. He'll be back. Don't worry. He will be back. Royal Rumble season. You can tell with my enthusiasm compared to my Raw review I did a bit earlier. But Royal Rumble season is getting me excited. I did re-watch the final segment on Raw. Just so I could forget about the rest of the shit that happened on Raw and just really get excited about the Royal Rumble. And one thing I didn't mention in the Raw review was that last segment really built up hype for that Royal Rumble match, like they haven't done at all, like they haven't done recently. And what I said on the preview, where there'll be people announcing stuff, I pretty much got it bang on. So yeah, I'm a bangable. No, that ain't what I'm going to say. Expect Carter Pill to announce her in the Rumble tonight. Who? Who? That's a good question. Alberto Del Rio. He just got arrested in Austria, apparently. I love Del Rio, but what's he doing, son? Corbin and Ziggler, they'll announce tonight, or at least one of them will. Whoever wins that match will be like, officially ending in the Raw Rumble match, and I'm going to win. You're not. You're not going to win. Corbin, Ziggler, you're not going to win. Well, Corbin could. Ziggler... They're not going to win, are they? Let's be honest. Right, that's it. Let's end it. I want to end it quickly before fucking SmackDown starts. Probably won't watch it live, so you'll get your traditional late review. I might... can I be bothered? That's the thing. It's the breaks. It comes on at 1 o'clock. The breaks are not as unbearable as Raw. Oh, I tell you what. Big Brother's on tonight. I might. Because I might be staying up till what... I could... We'll have to... Well, the only thing... See, if I do, then it means that you're going to get a later review, because I'm not going to do the review at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to happen. So, no. You'll get the review normal time, and you need to fucking accept it right now. Thanks, guys. See you for the review. Hope you enjoy SmackDown as much as I'm going to enjoy it. SmackDown, a premium show on WWE. Don't let Maggle Cole or Vincent Kennedy McMahon tell you otherwise. The blue brand is where it's at. Holla Holla player. Oh, thank God Teddy Long isn't the SmackDown champion. God, can you imagine? Oh, it'd be terrible.